హరి ఓం ధ్యానం. ఓం 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 గణానాం త్వా గణపతిగుం హవామహే కవిం కవీనాముపవస్రవస్తమం జ్యేష్ఠరాజం బ్రహ్మణాన్ బ్రహ్మణస్పద ఆనశృణ్వన్నోతిభిస్సేదసాదనం. ఓం మహాగణాధిపతయే నమః. ప్రణో దేవీ సరస్వతి వాజేభిర్వాజినీవతి ధీనామవత్రియవతు. ఓం మహాసరస్వత్యై నమః. హరి ఓం. असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतंगमय. ओम शांति शांति शांति. मातृदेवो भव पितृदेवो भव आचार्य देवो भव अतिथि देवो भव. ओम गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. हरि ओम. Today Veda Samskriti is presenting the series of lectures on Upanishad. We have completed till now 3 Upanishads. 4th Upanishad, Prashna Upanishad, we are starting today. We have completed Ishavasa Upanishad. We have completed Kena Upanishad. We have completed Katha Upanishad. And now Prasnapati started now. And please attend this time Upanishads timely. Please come in advance. Join the class, join the session, and support us. Dhanyavadaha. Everybody to join this class. Vishalashmi garu namaskaram. Please, Vishalashmi garu needs no introduction. She is the Vice President of Veda Samskriti and she has got many lot of titles to her credit. And she is from childhood onwards, she is a TV artist and Samskrita professor in the Osmania University, and she has got a post-graduation, doctoration in on Upanishads. I request her to take over the webinar today and continue Prashna Upanishad. Dhanyawad.
ఓం శ్రీ మహాగణాధిపతయే నమః. ఓం శ్రీ పార్వతీ రాజరాజేశ్వరాభ్యాం నమః. ఓం శ్రీ మేధా దక్షిణామూర్తయే నమః. ఓం శ్రీ మహాసరస్వత్యై నమః. ఓం శివాయ గురవే నమః. ఓం నమః శివాయై చ నమః శివాయ. ఓం నమః శివాయ. ఓం నమో బ్రహ్మాదిభ్యో బ్రహ్మ విద్యా సంప్రదాయ కర్తృభ్యో వంశ ఋషిభ్యో మహద్భ్యో నమో గురుభ్యః. సర్వోపప్లవరహిత ప్రజ్ఞాన ఘన ప్రత్యగర్థో బ్రహ్మైవాహమస్మి సోహమస్మి అహం బ్రహ్మాస్మి. Prasnopanishad belongs to Atharvana Veda. So it's Shanti Mantra. Let us start with Shanti Mantra. Om Bhadram Pashe. Om Bhadram Karnebhi Shrunuyama Devaha. Bhadram Pashyemakshabhiryajatraha. Sthirairangai stushtu vagumsastanubhihi. వ్యసేమ దేవహితం యదాయుః. స్వస్తి న ఇంద్రో వృద్ధశ్రవాః. స్వస్తి న పూషా విశ్వవేదాః. స్వస్తి నస్తార్క్ష్యో అరిష్టనేమిః. స్వస్తి నో బృహస్పతిర్దధాతు. ఓం శాంతి శాంతి శాంతి. The meaning of this Shanti mantra is Om Bhadram Karnebhihi Shrunuyama Devaha. Oh God, may, that is Paramatma, may we hear auspicious words with our ears while engaged in sacrifices, yajna yagadi kratus. May we see auspiciousness, and may we get pious, auspicious thoughts in our mind. Let us see the auspicious things by our eyes while praising the gods with steady limbs. May we enjoy the life that is beneficial to the gods through yajna, uh, through the performance of yajna. May Indra of ancient times, the god of three worlds, be auspicious to us. May the supreme Pushan be propitious, that is, may the Pushan sun god be kind on us and give us luster, wisdom, jnana, and longevity. May Garuda, the destroyer of evil, be well disposed towards us. May Bruhaspati, the guru of all the gods, ensure our well being and welfare. May the Adhyatmika, Adhipautika, and Adhidaivika tapas be subsided. May we live with peace and harmony. Shantihi means peace. So, Prashna Upanishad, this is fourth Upanishad in the series of Dasa Upanishad as given in Sri Sukarahasya Upanishad. Not Sukha, Sri Kaivalya Upanishad gave. So, Prashna Upanishad is divided into 6 chapters, each as an answer to the question put by 6 sages. They are the sadhakas, Brahma Jignasus, who are karmistis and who realize that they cannot attain mukti by karma acharana. So they became Brahma Jignasus and they approached Pipalada Maharshi thinking that sage Pipalada is Brahma Jnani. So he would clear all their doubts. So there are total 67 mantras in this Upanishad because Prashnas and Samadhanas are there. Disciples questioned and then master answered. So the name is given to this Upanishad as Prashna Upanishad. Tad Vijnanartham sa gurume vathi gachet samit panim srotriyam brahmanishtam says the Upanishad. For getting Brahmajnana, the disciples must approach Brahmajnani Guru with samhithas in the hand. Why only samhithas? 3 reasons they are saying. Never Brahma Vidya Bodha occurs as soon as the desire, as soon as those who are desirous of getting the knowledge, they just approach the Guru and request for. So the Guru tests the eligibility of the disciples, and also the Guru Acharya prepares the disciples befitting to receive Brahmajnana, whoever came to him. So then only the Guru teaches this jnana to the Sishyas or Sadhakas. Normally, rarely we get the details of the lives of sages, Maharshis. There is a book by name 108 Sages, Maharshis. Ashtotara Seta Maharshi Jivita Charitrani Nama. It is in Telugu as I saw. It may be in other languages. There almost we can get the life histories of many sages. In so many Puranas and also sometimes during discourses at Mahabharata also. Here and there we get the information about the lives of great sages like Dathichi Maharshi, Chavana Maharshi, then the Pipalada Maharshi. So the great Dathichi Maharshi is the son of Sukanya and Chavana Maharshi. Dathichi Maharshi became ready to sacrifice his life for Loka Kalyana. He offered his backbone and also all the bones to backbone to be prepared for Vajrayuddha and all other bones to be prepared for weapons to fight with the demons. So by which God Indra and Devatas can get victory over Asuras. So such a great Tyaga Murti, Dathichi Maharshi, he expressed his wish with his wife Suvarchala, who was pregnant at that time, and asked her not to weep for him because he is sacrificing his life for the welfare of world and gods. And he left the body with Yoga Marga. Then Vishwakarma, the Deva Silpi, as we say, the architect of the gods, he made Vajrayutha with the backbone of Datichi Maharshi, and also all the bones of Datichi Maharshi were molded into different weapons by which the Devatas fought with the demons and killed Rakshasas. So this Pativrata lady Suvarchala, she could not bear the separation of her husband. So she sat under a pipala tree and she tore open her stomach because she is in advanced pregnancy stage at that time. So she brought her son onto the earth by just tearing her own stomach. And she took the boy in the hands and handed over the boy the responsibility of taking care of her son to that pipala tree. So she kept him under that pipala tree and she did Sahagamana with her husband. So that pipala tree brought nectar from moon. Amrita Kirana, we say the moon. And that amrita is mixed with the milk, and that milk is being fed to that child. So because so that the child would not suffer due to thirst or hunger because he drank amrita. So no worry for that child, he would be taking care, and the tree also took care and he grew to a certain age. And because he was protected by the Pippala tree, he became famous by name Pippalada. So such a great Maharshi Pippalada, he learnt all Shastras, Vedas, everything from all great sages at that time. They themselves came and taught, and even Devendra taught the lessons to this boy, it seems. So when he grew young, this Pippala, the Maharshi, he became Maharshi. Then he came to know about the cause of the death of his parents. He became very angry on the gods actually. He performed severe penance and became ready to kill the gods. Then Paramasiva appeared before him, and Shiva cooled him, pacified him, spoke about the greatness of his mother and father, and he blessed Pippala the Maharshi with Brahma Jnana and gave divine powers to him. Then Devendra also, it seems later, he also came and he treated this boy more than, that is, gave honor, the honor which he gave to his father. So thus later this Pippala the Maharshi with his divine power met his parents at heavenly abode by the wish of this cooperation of Devendra. So he got the blessings of his parents. He could talk with them going to the higher level worlds. And then according to the wish of his mother and father, he returned back to the earth. He married the daughter of a king. Her name is Anavanya. Then the name of the king is Anavanya. His daughter's name is Padma. He married a girl by name Padma. Then Yamatharma Raja, being pleased by the Pativratya and the chaste behavior and noble qualities of this girl, Padma, blessed her to get 10 worthy children. And also he gave a boon to her that her husband would become Aishwaryavan and Chiranjeevi. He would live forever. He is also one of Chiranjeevis like Markandeya. So the first two mantras of this Prishna Upanishad, they are like the introduction. Just they are, that is the students, the disciples approaching Guru and requesting him, and then Guru asking them to stay at hermitage for 1 year, being serving to the Guru and all. So first mantra starts. सुकेशा च भारद्वाजः शैव्यश्च सत्यकामः सौर्यायणी च गार्ग्यः कौसल्याश्च अश्वलायनो भार्गवो वैदर्भिः कबन्धी कात्यायनः ते हैते ब्रह्मपरा ब्रह्मनिष्ठाः परं ब्रह्म अन्वेषमाणाः एषः वै तत्सर्वं वक्ष्यति इति तेह समित्पाणयो भगवन्तं पिप्पलादम् उपसन्नाः. They approached Sukesa, the son of Bharadwaja, Satyakama, the son of Sibi, the grandson of Surya, born in the family of Garga Maharshi. Then Kausalya, the son of Ashwalayana, the descendant of the dynasty of Phrugu Vamsha. Phrugu, born in Vidarbha Desha, and Kabantha, the descendant of Katya. All these who were devoted to the Brahman, engaged in realizing the Hiranyagarbha Brahman and intent the search of the Supreme Brahman, Nirguna Parabrahman, approached him with samithas, that is dry wooden logs which we offer into the yajnas, sacrifices. They took the samithas in hands which are to be used while doing the yajna, yaga, etc. as firewood. So with the full confidence to get Brahma Jnana, they approached Pippalada Maharshi. Here all these 6 sadhakas, they are mentioned with two names. One is their own name and the second name shows their dynasty, the Vamshanama. To such a great dynasty they belong. That is the intention to express. And also another reason is there for speaking their names with double names. This shows that they all are very cultured, belong to the noble dynasties, and also they are Brahmapara Brahmanishtas. That is, they are Saguna Brahmanishta till now. Now they have completely mastered the Karmakanda, did Upasanas, they got Antasuddhi and Chitta Nirmalya, and also realized the tentativeness of these worldly enjoyments and also ephemerality of Karmakanda. To say in one word, actually, they got Sadhana Chatushtaya. They are Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampannas, which is the eligibility to get Brahma Jnana. So they are Param Brahma Anveshamana. They realize that they cannot get moksha just by Karma Kanda. So they approached Pippalada Maharshi. Mentioning the names with 2 numbers twice, this indicates that this Upanishad is going to teach about the Mithuna, the Janta, as we say, the pairs. So this Upanishad starts with the description of pairs. So that is the indication as given by Vyakhyanakaras. So the seekers of Brahmajnana always come with Samit Pani and offer Samithas to Guru. Why? Actually, 2 reasons they say. And the third reason is we say Riktahastai Nopetam Rajanam Daivatam Guru. So without taking anything, we should not approach elders, gurus, small children, or anybody. So at least we must carry fruits in our hands. So these sages, they carried sadhakas, sishyas, carried samithas because they are giving them to the guru. So the guru performs yajna yagadi kratus. For that, they can use these samithas. The article, the object which we give to anybody, that must be utilized properly. So the Maharshis can utilize samithas for doing yajnas. Now the second reason, the antarartha, which says is the Sishya wants to convey to his guru that he has dried all his karmas, all the vasanas. of his previous births also. The works done by him, either in this birth or in the previous births, now he is ready to offer them into the Jnana Agni. So, into the Jnana Agni, they want to offer the karma vasanas in the form of the these samitas. So, now second mantra, Tanha sa Rishiruvacha Bhuya eva tapasa brahmacharyena Shraddhaya samvatsaram samvatsyatha Yatha kamam prishnan pruchata Yedi vijnasyamaha sarvam havo vakshyama iti. To them, the Maharshi said, all of you stay here for 1 year in a befitting manner, following the core of conduct and the rules and regulations of the hermitage. And then you must do what all the other disciples are doing. So to do the penance, doing yoga and all. And also they have to put their senses under control. They must observe celibacy. They have to serve the Guru. So with sincere faith and devotion, you stay here for 1 year serving the master. That is what the Guru said. Then they followed the instructions of him. They said, okay, we will do. Then the master said, if you spend 1 year time like this, then you approach me. Whatever doubts are in your minds, whatever questions you will ask me, I shall explain all that you ask me as far as I know. That is what he said. Adi Shankara Bhagavad-pada in his Upanishad Bhashya says that indicates the modesty, vinaya of the master. The master is already Brahmajnani. He knows everything. But why he said, whatever I know, I will tell you. If I know, I will tell. That is, Shankara Bhagavad-pada said, Garva Abhava Pradarsana. So the master, he is he is expressing his Garva Abhava. He is not at all having any proud feeling that he is Brahmajnani. He got such a great knowledge. Whatever you ask me, I can tell, he never says. So as far as I know, I will try to tell you. Now the first sadhaka or the Sishya, he put his question. Third mantra, Atha Kabanthi Katyayana Upetya Papracha Bhagavan Kutohava Imaha Prajaha Prajayanta iti. Now, after that, when 1 year, after that means after spending 1 year time in the hermitage, all of them approached, all 6. Then the first one, Kabanthi Katyayana, the Kabantha, the descendant of Katya, having approached Guru, asked him. Actually, in the line given in the first mantra, his name comes as the 6th disciple, but 6th student asked first. Now he said, he questioned, Honorable Sir, from what indeed are all these living beings, human beings are born? From where human beings are born? That is the direct question he asked. Does all 6 sages, that is the disciples, they asked 6 questions and the Guru replied to all 6 of them. So each question and answer is in 1 chapter. So 6 chapters. In fact, true knowledge is not obtained merely by having curiosity, but it is through the inner preparation and purity of mind and good conduct one can achieve the real knowledge. So the theme of all 6 questions, they appear as if they are different questions they are putting, but all the 6 together is giving about all the 6 questions together makes the Guru to teach about Brahma Jnana. They are all part and parcel of that. So together they preach as Brahma Jnana only, these questions. So the first question is asked about the origin of creation, how the creation occurred, how the human beings took birth, how the living creatures came out. So the interplay of Rayi, that is matter, and prana, life energy, are explained in this first chapter as answer to the first question. The matter and energy, as we say, the scientists say nowadays, in this Upanishad, Maharshis used as Rayi and Prana. Rayi means matter. Everything is Rayi only. Then Prana is energy, vital, life force. Now the second, in short, I will tell about all six and then continue first chapter. So the second question is about the supremacy of prana. When living beings are there, human beings, they came into existence. Then who is sustaining them? Who is maintaining the living beings? That is the question. So about that is how the vital force sustains all organs and functions is well explained with beautiful a sort of story like anecdote here in this Upanishad also. The same is given in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad also. There also prana upasana comes. So the question is about the supremacy of prana. Then the third question is about the nature and function of pranas, because pancha pranas are there, it would be explained. So the prana, how the prana came, its origin, and how it divided itself into fivefold manner, five divisions, and also the cosmic role of this prana in the whole universe and in the individuals, human beings and living creatures. They are all explained in this third chapter. Then the fourth question is about the states of consciousness, waking, dream, and deep sleep states, which is the main subject of Mandukya Upanishad. So that is being questioned here. And the resting of the self, how the self exists at Jagra, Swapna, Sushupti Avastha, that is the question put. And the answer is explained by the Guru. Now the fifth question is about the meditation on Omkara. Several Upanishads say Omkara is the cause of entire universe. Even this Prashna Upanishad gives us complete picture of how Omkara is the cause of the entire Nama, Nami, everything, all the objects, all the word, all the Sakitya, all letters and all. So Omkara Upasana. Now the threefold Upasana, Avuma. What happens if we meditate on one letter, two letters, then our total Omkara, all that is explained. And their respective spiritual results are being explained by the Guru. Now the sixth question is the best question, which completely unites all the five questions into it and finally speaks about ultimate reality, Parabrahman. So the sixth question is about Shodasa Kala Purusha. So the Purusha with 16 digits and their dissolution into Supreme Nirguna Brahman, it is well explained here. So through these questions and answers, this Upanishad moves from the creation to the salvation. From all cosmological questions are there, even psychological feelings are explained here. So from cosmology to psychology, from meditation to metaphysics, offering a complete spiritual diagram as if it is giving and explaining us. So this Prashna Upanishad teaches about the faith that opens the door to inquiry, austerity, that purifies the sadhaka, the seeker, that disciplined life, and also that prepares the mind and the knowledge that leads to Brahmajnana, liberation, is well explained. Jnana Devatu Kaivalyam we know. So by acquiring the complete understanding this Upanishad thoroughly and knowing about Shodasa Kala Purusha, one can get the real Jnana, thereby Mukti. So this Upanishad highlights that The true knowledge cannot be obtained merely by curiosity and just listening and studying, but through purity of mind, inner inquiry. So we have to inquire outside. External inquiry is also essential at the same time, because to know what is creation, what all are there seen around us. So cosmology is important, and but at the same time, we must deep penetrate into ourselves and know. So that is explained here. This Prasnopanishad guides the aspirant from Stula to Sukshma. All Upanishads do, even Advaita, it is the same process. First, the Guru teaches about Stula, and from Stula, slowly, Sukshma, Sukshmatara, Sukshmatama, the highest goal would be reached. So, from external world to the inner reality, it leads us from prana to omkara, and also from omkara to the imperishable purusha parabrahman, because omkara is shabda brahma, that is the name, nama, name of brahman. So by knowing omkara, one can know parabrahman. So answers to each question is given in a chapter, so 6 chapters. So elders consider this Prasnopanishad as an elaborate explanation of the mantras of Mundakopanishad. That is why certain people, they say first we must learn Mundakopanishad, and then if we learn this Prasnopanishad, we can understand it more easily. So because in Mundakopanishad, certain mantras are given. To explain one mantra given in Mundakopanishad, 2 chapters are given here in this Prasnopanishad. So the mantras of Prasna Upanishads are in Gajyarupa, and in other Upanishads they are in mantra only, but mantra shloka rupa, we can say. Actually, this Prasna Upanishad is considered as Brahmana Upanishad, Brahmana Bhaga, whereas Mundakopanishad is in Mantra Bhaga, at the end of Mantra Bhaga. So Mundakopanishad is considered as Mantra Upanishad, and Prasna Upanishad as Brahmana Upanishad. Because it belongs to Brahmana, it is in Gadya form. So Mundakopanishad speaks of Paravidya and Aparavidya. Aparavidya relates to both the rites, meditation and all. The first question and its answer, they clarify the results of both the rites and meditation, so as to generate a dislike for doing karma kanda. When one develops dislike to karma kanda, then only he gets interest in getting brahma jnana, knowing the truth and getting jnana, that the worldly enjoyments are temporary, they are anitya, they are atruptikara, and also they never give any satisfaction. They are always mixed with dukkha samisrita. So mixed with sorrow, agonies and all. When one realizes these 3 causes with regard to the worldly things, then he wants to gain Brahma Jnana. So the Apara Vidya is elaborated in the second and third questions of this Prasna Upanishad only. The fourth question is meant as an elaboration of the 2 mantras of Mundakopanishad. As I said earlier, the 2 mantras, they start with Tadetat Satyam and then Divyo Kyamurti, like that 2 mantras. Okay, I will read that mantra. Om. This is from Mundakopanishad mantra. Tadetat satyam yatha sudiptat pavakat vispulingaha sahasrashaka prabhavanti sarupaha tatha aksharat vivithaha somya bhavaha prajayante tatra chaivapi yanti. This is in second 211, actually 23rd mantra of Mundakopanishad. Hey Shaunaka, what is related to this Paravidya is the final truth. From the shining fire thousands of fire particles equal to fire are coming out. Similarly, from Akshara Tattva, various living beings are emanating. They are taking birth and are being merged in that Akshara Tattva only. Divyo Hyamurtaha Purushaka Sabhahyapyantaro Hyajaha Bhahyapyantaraha Hi Ajaha Aprano Hyamanaha Shubhro Hyaksharat Paratak Paraka. This is the second mantra, 212, 24th mantra. That Akshara Brahman is birthless, filled with, he is all pervading. He is in and out of all the creation. He is formless, lifeless, and he is Purna, total, etc. So it is mindless and different from name and form, Nama, Arupa, Bhinna, changeless, and it is Paripurna. This is the meaning of this mantra. So these two mantras, just only in two mantras, Mundakopanishad speaks to explain these two chapters are given in Prasnopanishad. Now the fifth question expands the meditation, and also it starts with the mantra Pranavo Thanuhu Sharo Hyatma Brahmata Lakshyam Uchyate Apramattena Vethavyam Sharavat Tanmayo Bhavet. Pranava, that is Omkara. Omkara is the bow. Now the soul, our mind itself is an arrow. Brahman is spoken as the Lakshya, which is to be hit. Our arrow must go and hit Brahman. That is, the mind must realize Brahman. So Brahman can be obtained by a brave person, Dhira. Who is Dhira? Dhira does not mean only who is very valorous, prowess and all. Dhira is one who got sense control. He is Dhira. So Brahman can be obtained by a Dhira who is careful and without being intoxicated by this worldly enjoyments and all, who completely got the awareness of this. So the Jnani, the knowledgeable person, must obtain Brahma Jnana like the arrow of the bow that reaches the goal. So the sixth question of Prasnopanishad is for elucidating the remaining portion of that is beginning. It begins with from this emerges prana and all, that is a mantra of that Upanishad only. Then 213 the number is, and speaks about Shodasa Kala Purusha. So that mantra of Mundakopanishad, the answer is given here. So Shodasa Kalas means 16 digits, just as the moon got 16 digits, and then only he is called as Raka Chandra, the full moon. Similarly, human beings also, 16 Kalas Paramatma gave to each and every human being. So we must recognize them, realize them, revive them, and achieve them. So then these human beings also, they become Purna. Perfection would come to them. So etasma jayate prano manaha sarvendriyani cha kham vayur jyotirapaka pruthivi vishwasya tharini, says that mantra. From Nirguna Parabrahman united with Maya Upadhi came out prana, manaha, indriyani, panchabhutani, the whole nature, prakriti came out. So, okay, now let us know the 6 questions and their answers as taught by Pippala the Maharshi in this Prasnopanishad. The first question is put by Kabantha Katyayana. That is, from what indeed are all these beings born? Human beings, Prajaha, means living creatures, and human beings came out. That is, he asked about the Srushti, the creation of the universe. Tasmai sahovacha prajakamo vai prajapatihi sa tapaha atapyata sa tapastaptva sa mithunam utpadayate rayim cha pranam cha ityetau me bakutha prajaha karishyata iti. To him, the Acharya replied, Prajapati is the Hiranyagarbha Brahma, that is, he is Chaturmukha Brahmadeva, the lord of all creatures. They wanted to create the Pradhana. Actually, Hiranyagarbha Brahma wanted to create and expand the creation. So he had practiced penance first, did meditation, and with the Vedic knowledge acquired earlier, given by Parabrahman, when Parabrahman gave birth to this Brahmadeva, who is called as Swayambhu, because he thought that nobody is seen when he came out and saw. So he called himself as Swayambhu, and that came to be known by each and everyone. So that Brahmadeva created a couple first with the intention of doing creation and extending that. The couple is Rayi. Rayi means the matter, Rayi means the food, and Prana, the life energy. And he thought, okay, these two, the Rayi and Prana, they would produce creatures for me in multifarious ways. So here in this Upanishad, the process of creation is explained. In so many Upanishads, the creation is explained. In Taittiriya Upanishad, it says, Tasmadva etasmad atmana akasha samputah akashad vayu vayu ragni agnirapa, like that. In Aitareya Upanishad, in a different manner, it is explained. All those can be easily understandable. They are all, we can understand easily and enjoy. But here in this Prashna Upanishad, it may appear to you as a little difficult to understand. And because this is not the story, those who got sincere bent of mind to this only enjoy in it. Otherwise, it may look a little hard to understand, but try to understand it. How Upanishad spoke in different manners about the emanation of the creation, about the Srushti Krama. So here in this Upanishad, the creation is explained in a completely different manner with the Mithuna Srushti, as we said. So Srushti Krama, we must know from this Upanishadic point of view also. So Mithuna Srushti, 5 varieties of Srushtis are explained here in this first chapter. As answer to how this creation came into existence. Here the Guru explained the creation with Mithuna Srushti, Loka Srushti, then Kala Srushti, Anna Srushti, then Praja Srushti. In fact, all these must be known by all of us. Unless we know this process, we cannot understand how the universe came into existence. This is a very scientifically explained, rationally given way of explanation of Srushti Krama. Very interesting, in fact, if you like it. Mithuna Srushti, Janta, as we say, then matter and energy. Unless matter and energy is there, the Anna and then Prana, as it is said here, Rayi and Prana, the world cannot be done at all. Then Loka Srushti, unless lokas are there, Lokyate iti lokaka. How can Srushti be complete? Kala Srushti, unless time is there, how can Srushti be there? Then Anna, without the food, how can living beings emanate and they can be created? Before the birth of the child, Paramatma is preparing milk to the mother for feeding the child. So when the food is prepared first, then the living beings are to be created. So Anna Srushti, then Praja Srushti. Finally, the Praja Srushti, about which the disciple questioned, the answer comes through in such a like ladder. Very nicely it is explained. So how the human beings and living creatures are born is explained here in a process. A little, in fact, this is explanation to other Upanishads also, and there is Panchagni Vidya given in Chandogya Upanishad and Brihadaranyaka Upanishad also. If we see this Mithuna, Loka, Kala, Anna Srishti, Praja Srishti, we certainly remember about that Panchagni Vidya, about which I wrote an article and it got printed in Kanchi Kamakoti Vani magazine monthly, long back. It is in Telugu. Here in the Prashna Upanishad, the master spoke about Hiranyagarbha Brahma as the creator of all this Srishti. But who created that Hiranyagarbha? It is not mentioned in this Upanishad. So, but we can know it is Ishvara, the Parabrahman. With his Maya Shakti created this Brahmadeva. Puranas describe this Chaturmukha Brahmadeva emanated from the Napi Kamala of Sri Mahavishnu, Sriman Narayana. According to Vaishnava Puranas, Vishnumurti is Parabrahman. According to Sakya Puranas, Jagannatha Adiparashakti is Parabrahman. She created Trimurtis and then allotted the duties of Srishti, Sthiti, Laya to them. So Shaiva, Shiva, like that. Now, the Upanishad in general says, Chinmayasya Advitiyasya Nishkalasya Asharirinaha Upasakanam Karyartham Brahmano Rupa Kalpana. Nirguna Brahman is viewed as Saguna Brahman, Saguna Brahma for the Upasana of the Sadhakas. Mundakopanishad also says, Brahma Devanam Prathamam Sambhabhuva Viswasya Karta Bhuvanasya Gopta Yo Brahmanam Vidathati Purvam Yo Vai Vedamscha Prehinoti Tasmai. Like that it says. So, Hiranyagarbha Brahmadeva Tapaha Tapyata and Paramatma, he did penance. Everybody they do penance. In Upanishads we find. Then Paramatma gave the jnana of creation. Now Upanishads speak of Brahma Jnana. Then why here the process of Srishti is explained, why Srishti Krama is described? Because to give the knowledge of Apara Vidya and to make the sadhakas realize its ashasvatatva, the temporariness of the Srishti, and also to speak of the mithyatva of Srishti. We learned that the karmisti goes to heaven through Krishna Gati, Krishna Marga, and also the Dhuma Marga, they say. It is explained in several Upanishads and even in Isavasya Upanishad. Now, Upasakas who did karma upasana samuchaya, they go to Brahmaloka, and through Uttarayana, through Surya Gati, they go, and Shukla Paksha, Shukla Gati. Whereas Jnani, there is no need for Jnani to travel at all. Jnani directly gets mukti here in this world with his own upadhi. So when we know, and of course, as long as the prarabdha karma is there, he has to lead the life, and then after leaving the body here, he already got liberated by the Jnani and he gets mukti. So when we know by Aparavidya we cannot get moksha, we know the greatness of Paravidya. So all the Upanishads mostly, they describe Aparavidya in the beginning and later take the sadhaka sala first towards Paravidya. If we understand the concept of karma, upasana, there is samuchaya and jnana, it becomes easy to understand the answer of this first question of this Prashna Upanishad. So to thoroughly understand the first question is a little difficult to understand. All other 4 or 5, they are all very easily understandable. Because in all of them, of course, beautiful mantras are there, a little story is there, like that. So now here it is actually just as in Isavasya Upanishad, here in this Prashna Upanishad, the first question, it deals, if we got the background knowledge, the concept of karma, upasana, there is samuchaya and jnana, then we can easily understand this Srishti Krama of this Rayi and all, Mithuna, Mithuna Srushti, Mithuna Loka, all these. So the first question, answer is given to this first question by Maharshi, and for that I will just give the introduction, the background introduction that we need. Karma, Upasana, Samuchaya, Jnana and all. Just 2-3 points I'll give. By doing karma according to Shastra Vihita karmas, the sadhaka travels through Krishna Paksha, Dakshinayana, reaches Chandraloka and attains Swargaloka. But after enjoying their Chine Punye Marchalokam Vishanti, again takes birth, coming to the earth. Then second point is by doing Upasana or Karma Upasana Samuchaya, the sadhaka through Suklagati, Suklapaksha, Uttarayana reaches Surya Bhagavan, Surya Loka, sun god, that is the divine loka, and also goes to Brahmaloka, Chaturmukha Brahmaloka, Hiranyagarbha Brahmaloka, and there that Brahma advises, gives Upadesha of Brahma Jnana. Then Kramamukti, the sadhaka gets Kramamukti. So by going to this Hiranyagarbha Brahmaloka also one can get liberated, but Kramamukti. For Jnani, there is no travel. We already said, so he gets mukti here only. But it is very difficult whether we do not know, we can go to Hiranyagarbhaloka or not. But we got this Manava Upathi now. So when already it is given to us, then why to waste our life and delay for seeking somewhere? So it is better, the Upanishad advises. It is better to get Brahmajnana in this life with this body, with this Upati. Mahati Vinashti is said already, that Upanishad. So now Pipalada Maharshi is explaining the Srushti Krama. First one is Mithuna Srushti. In the fourth mantra, the Mithuna Srushti is explained. Rayim cha, Pranam cha. Though these two appear as two opposite things, yet both these two fulfill each other. By one, the other one would be made Purna. That gives Purnatva to this, and this gives Purnatva to this. Thus, both together gives perfection. So, unless day and night both are there, day cannot be, it cannot be called as the day. So, both wife, that is male and female, Stri Purusha must be there. Then only the Srushti prolongs. So both are, unless Stri Purushas are there, Dampatya would not take place. So similarly, so many examples we can give. So Adi Shankara Bhagavatpada gave the example as Bhokta Bhogya. Unless Bhogyam, that which is to be enjoyed, is there, the Bhokta cannot eat anything and enjoy. Unless Bhokta who enjoys is there, suppose Bhokta is not there, what is the use of all Bhojya's waste? So both are essential. So Atta and Annam, we say, the food and the eater. So this is the Ardhanarishwara Tattva spoken by our sages. So the Rayi and Prana. Rayi and Prana together is creation. The whole creation is Rayi. The name given is Rayi by this Upanishad. Rayi means matter. Rayi means all objects, everything. Prana means energy. The Chit Shakti, as we say. Sat Chit, the same. These two latter created so many objects. And thus by Rayi and Prana, the Srushti prolonged. Rayi is Murta. That is, it is having a form, because all the objects, articles, we can see they are gross subject. They are having Stula Sarira, gross elements. Whereas Prana is Amurta. Prana Shakti cannot be seen like the solid articles, objects. So it is formless. So Murta and Amurta, they together become one. That is Dvandva. Dvaita. So those which come out of this Dvandva must also be a Mithuna. So the fifth mantra speaks about Loka Srushti, and there onwards everything what all come here in this first chapter, they are all given in Mithuna Janta only, two together. So now this is the fifth mantra says about the Loka Srushti. Loka. Thus the creation proceeds through interaction of sun and moon. Moon is Rayi, sun is Prana. The same this Rayi and Prana we must interlink with all whichever are coming in this chapter. So the sun and moon both cause the Srushti. Unless sun and moon are there, heat and cold, cool, both are essential. If one is there, the living creatures cannot exist. Adityo havai prano raireva chandrama. Rairva etat sarvam yen murtam cha amurtam cha tasman murtireva raihi. Fifth mantra said. In Loka Srushti, the pair is sun and moon. Due to sun and moon only, that is the moon, sun is prana, moon is food. So whatever is gross, stula is Rayi. Thus everything is Rayi in this universe. Sun gives prana shakti. So moon gives coolness and pleasantness and amrutatva, nectar. So mantra 6, 7 and 8, they say that everything is prana only. Formerly they said everything is Rayi. Everything is Rayi only, matter only. Now in these three mantras, it is said everything is prana only. For example, the vapor and the ice, the both are same. Vapor is amurta. Form is not there. It appears that very moment it dissolves. But ice is murta. At least for a little time we can see the ice, though it melts later. But both are water only. So the just as the vapor and ice both are water only, Raihi Sarvatmakaka Prajapati Rupatvat, says the mantra. So Rayi and Prana both are Prajapati only. Prajapati means Hiranyagarbha Brahma only. So that Hiranyagarbha Brahma projected the couple sun and moon and became identified with both of them. That is, sun is Prajapati Brahma and also Hiranyagarbha Brahma, and even moon is also Prajapati Hiranyagarbha Brahma only. So both sun and moon are Prajapati. This Rayi is Prajapati and Prana is also Prajapati. Prana is also Sarvatmaka. Now, sixth mantra says the sun while rising enters into east direction, then travels it as it appears to us, though the moon never moves, though the sun never moves, he stays where he is. That is what is said in Vedas. Even then, for us it appears as if the sun is traveling. So when the sun rises in the east, giving light to the whole universe, his rays cover entire, not only atmosphere, even the sky also, three lokas also. Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Suvarloka. In Suvarloka, Svargaloka, sun is there as Jumani. Then in between earth and Divi, the middle Juloka is there, that which shines. So the sun's rays spread all four directions, though the sun is rising towards from east only. So from east and west, north and south, all four directions, slowly the sun rays absorb. So the rays of sun illuminate everything everywhere and absorb all the living beings and all the non-living, Stavara Jangamatmaka, Prakriti fully by into his rays. Now seventh mantra is Sayesha Vaishvanaru Viswarupaka Pranaha Pranogni Rudiyate Pranaha Agniki Udiyate Tadetad Rucha Apyuktam. Sun, the prana, the fire, In the sky, it is sun. On the earth, the sun is called as the fire on the earth. So the fire on the earth and sun in the sky, both are same. And the sun, the prana, and the fire, which is identified with all the creatures, all the living beings, is Vaishvanara. In our stomach, each and every individuals, they got the fire in the form of Vaishvanara Agni, Jatharagni we say. In the water, it is Vadabanala. In the fire, in the forest also, the Agni is there. In waters, the Agni is there. In individuals, the fire is there. And in the sky also, fire is there. So, Viswarupam Harinam Jatavedasam Parayanam Jyotirekam Jyotihi Ekam Tapantam. Ekam Jyotihi Tapantam. There is only one sun, one light, one luster which is shining. Sahasra Rashmiki Shatatha Vartamanaka Pranaha Prajanam Udayachesha Suryaka. Sun is the one what is possessed of all the forms, full of rays, endowed with illumination, the result of all living beings and non-living objects also. The knowers of Brahman knew sun to be Vaishvanara, the fire that exists in us, and possessed of 1,000 rays. 1,000 in the sense not exactly Ananta Kirana, Sahasra Kirana, existed in 100 forms also in the life of all the creatures. So the sun is Vaishvanara and also is called as Vishwarupa, because the whole universe is his form only. Later the Loka Srushti is explained. The sun and moon both are one pair. They are the cause of all the lokas, the worlds, because due to sun and moon only the day and night occur. Then due to that only the days, weeks, paksha, masa, samvatsara, they are all occurring. That is even Kala Srushti is being done. Why Loka? What is Loka? Actually, Lokyate iti Lokaka, says the Upanishad. Whatever is seen by us is Loka. We are able to see the Panchaphutas. So that which is having Panchaphutas in it is the Loka. Thus Bhuloka, Puvarloka, Suvarloka. These are all the lokas. Even Juloka we are able to see. Sun is visible there. Bhuvarloka we are able to see because earth we know and sun we are seeing. What all in between is the second loka, Bhuvarloka. So that this Loka Srushti occurred due to sun and moon. And due to sun and moon only Kala Srushti occurred. Samvatsara, ninth mantra. Samvatsaro vai Prajapatis tasya ayane dakshinam cha uttaram cha. Tadye havai tadishtapurte krutamityupasate te chandramasameva lokam abhijayante. Ta eva punaravartante tasmadeta rushayaka prajakama dakshinam pratipadyante yesha havai raviryaka pitruyanaka. In this mantra, the third Kala Srushti is explained. The year is Prajapati. He got two paths, Uttarayana and Dakshinayana. Then the sadhakas who do Ishtapurtas, Ishtapurti we say, desirous of getting children, through Dakshinayana reach Chandraloka and come back and take birth again. This is called as Pitruyana, Rayi. Ishtapurti we say, Ishta means all, doing all Vaidika karmas, Vedic rituals, Agnihotra, Yajna Yaga, Nirvahana, doing tapas, penance, Veda Chayana, and serving Atithi Devatas, doing all pancha runa, clearing the pancha runas, even that is Ishta. Then Purta, what is Purti? Purta is digging, that is Vapi, Kupa, Tatakas, Anadana Satras, constructing them and building the mandiras, establishing the Devata Vigrahas and all. So, why Prajapati did Kala Srushti? Unless Kala, that time is there. How can there occur anything? Nothing can occur. Time, space, matrix, they say. Even Descartes, a Greek philosopher, also speaks about in the same manner as our Maharshi said, though not so deeply. He also said space-time matrix is essential for the existence of the universe. That's what he said. So, with the creation of sun and moon, Kala is created. We measure time by the Surya Gamana and Chandra Gamana. Suryaha Nirvatitaha Ahoratraha. By the movement of sun, day and night occur. By the Gamana, the movements of moon from Amavasya to Paurnami, from Paurnami to Amavasya, we get the Tithis. So, Chandraha Nirvatitaha Tithihi. 15 tithis become one paksha, 2 pakshas become one masa, 12 masas become one samvatsara. Atha uttarena tapasa brahmacharyena shraddhaya vidyaya atmanam anvishya adityam apijayante. Etadvai prananam ayatanam, etad amrutam apayam etad parayanam. Tasman na punaravartanta ityesha nirodhaha tadesha slokaha. This is the 10th mantra. So the sadhakas, by searching for the self through the sense control, brahmacharya, faith, shraddha and meditation, they conquer sun by proceeding along the north side, Uttarayana and Uttarayana Marga, and this is the resort of all the sadhakas of Upasana. And Uttarayana we say, Uttarayana Punya Kala also we say, then Uttara Dwara Darshana also we say for Mukkoti Ekadasi and all. What is the significance and greatness of that Uttarayana is, Ut means above, through Tara means to cross, Uttara, that path by which one can get Brahmajnana, one can get liberated is Uttara. That is why Dakshinamurti sits towards their south side and facing Uttara. And all the disciples, they see the Uttara, north direction, to worship Dakshinamurti. So they are all elevated from their knowledge, lower level to higher level, because they are Uttara. They have been uplifted by Brahmajnana because they saw that Uttarayana, Uttara Shakti, that is the divine power, the spiritual Achyatmika Jnana is Uttarayana. So the this result is that Uttarayana Marga, and the goal they reach through Uttarayana Marga is indestructible and fearless. This is the highest goal. From this, they need not have to come back again. They need not have to take birth. So in this Suklagati, they reach Brahmaloka or Adityaloka. Adityaloka is called as Brahmaloka or Satyaloka. This is, the path is Devayana. Mundakopanishad also said, Tapaha Shraddheye upavasantyaranye Shanta Vidvamso Paikshya Charyam Charantaka Suryadvarena te virajaha prayanti yatra amrutaha sapurushoki avyayatma atmaka. So those who got Shraddha, who do penance, do bhikshatana and upasana, after leaving the body, they travel through Uttarayana Marga and obtain Brahman. So even Bhagavad Gita spoke about this twofold path in 8th chapter, 26th sloka. Shukla Krishna Gati Hyete Jagataha Shasvate Mate Ekaya Yanti Anavrittim Anyaya Vartate Punaha. In Gita 8th Adhyaya 16th sloka, Paramatma himself said, A Brahma Bhuvana Lokaha Punaravartino Arjuna Mam Upechyat Kaunteya Punarjanmana Vidyate. So we got Brahmajnana. Who got Brahmajnana and attained Paramatma, they need not have to come back. So we must try to obtain this Brahmajnana. So Jnana Devatu Kaivalyam, we must always remember. We cannot get Jnana unless we do karma and upasana and unless the concentration is developed and antakarana shuddhi is obtained. So this karma is very essential to get mukti. Both are interdependent. In fact, this jnana also, unless we do karma, we cannot get jnana. But unless we obtain jnana, just performing karmas and upasana means waste. The final aim of doing this karma, upasana, samuchaya and all is to obtain mukti only. So in the 11th mantra, the sun, Surya, is spoken of as possessed of 5 feet, Panchapada. 6 seasons are spoken as 5 feet here of the sun. 12 limbs, the 12 months of the year caused by the sun are considered as uh, the 6 seasons and 12 months. They are called as the 5 feet and then 12 limbs of the sun, Surya Bhagavan. Then Surya is considered as the father of the world, staying in the sky, Swargaloka, because it is the sun who gives prana to all the beings. He is Sarvajna. We say Asavadityo Brahma, says the Upanishad. This Surya is Brahman. So the sun travels sitting in a chariot of 7 horses, that is 7 rays, 7 colors. In Aruna Prishnam, then in all the Surya Stutis, in all 4 Vedas, they describe sun god excellently, completely, perfect, thoroughly. So many suktas also are there. Then Sapta Chakre and Shadare in this mantra. Shat Are means the 6 seasons. Actually, there are 6 seasons, but some club and even Westerners, they say there are only 3 seasons. So 5 seasons it is mentioned here in mantra. And also 6, these Shadare indicates the 6 seasons. Then Sapta Chakre, the 7 horses, 7 colors, the rays of the sun. And the sun causes rain, Varsha. So he is called as Purishinam. Purishinam means one who causes Varsha. 12th mantra. Maso vai prajapatis tasya Krishna paksha eva rayihi shukla pranaka tasmadeta rushayaha shukle ishtam kurvanti itarasmin. The month is Prajapati, Krishna Paksha is Rayi, Sukla Paksha is Prana. Those who worship Prana as Prajapati and Sukla Paksha as Prana, they get the fruit of doing Upasana as Sukla Paksha, though they might have done during Krishna Paksha also, but they get the fruit of doing at Sukla Paksha. That's what the Upanishad said, Vyakhyana commentary. So this is the Masa Srishti of Kala Srishti. Now 13th mantra. In 13th mantra, Maharshi is advising all the Gruhasthas to save the Prana Siddhi without wasting that by utilizing daytime for Anushtana, Swadhyaya, doing household works and business, everything, and to utilize night time for dampatya. So when they are considered as observing brahmacharya only, that is those who follow shastrokta vidhi vidhana, when they utilize daytime only for steady swadhyaya, yajna yagadi kratu acharana, pujas, everything, then night time if they utilize for dampatya, they are considered to be observing brahmacharya vrata. So here, in fact, the day and night both are Prajapati only, and daytime is Prana and night is Rayi. So Prana should always be taken care and protected. Rayi means food. During night time, food and enjoyments. So works must be done befitting to that time. The works which we have to do night time, we should not do daytime. If we are doing the nighttime works during daytime, it means the Upanishad says we are wasting our prana shakti. So we should not waste our prana shakti. We must try to increase that to get longevity, long life, Dirghayurdaya. That is why even daytime sleep is also prohibited. Now in 14th mantra, the 4th and 5th Srishtis, the Anna Srishti and Praja Srishti are being explained. Annam vai Prajapatis tatoha vaitad retas tasmadimaka Prajaha Prajayanta iti. Annam vai Prajapatihi. So the food is Prajapati. From the food, the energy is produced. That energy gives rise to Bija Utpatti, by which the children would be born, and thus Praja Srushti occurs, Santana Utpatti. This is how children, the human beings are being, the living creatures are being born. Abjate ite annam, that which is eaten is annam. From annam, the beings are born. Anna deva kalvimani bhutani jayante. It is there in Taittiriya Upanishad. This Upanishad also in commentary Maharshis have given Shukra Shonita Samyogameva Srishtihi. Shukra Shonita Rupa Bija Samyogat Imam Prajaha Prajayante. This is how the Praja Srishti occurred. This is the final answer given by Pipala the Maharshi to the disciple who put the first question. So by Prajapati, the Mithuna Srishti, Loka Srishti, Kala Srishti, Anna Srishti occurred. And finally, the Annam, by the Annam, the Retas is produced, created. And by that, the Praja Srishti or Manava Srishti took place. This is the answer given to the question asked by Kabantha Katyayana. Now, the Phalasruti of Prajapati Upasana is also given. It is given in 15th and 16th mantras. Total 16 mantras are there in first question. In the second chapter, 13 mantras are there. 15th mantra, Tadjekhavai tat Prajapati vratam charanti te mithunam utpadayante teshamevaisha brahma loko yesham tapo brahmacharyam yeshu satyam pratishtitam. Those who undertake the well-known vow of Prajapati, the Lord of all creatures, they get both sons and daughters, that is, they get children. Their progeny would increase, their dynasty would grow. Those who do follow celibacy, speak truth, they enter into heaven. Teshamasau virajo brahmaloke nayeshu jihma manrutam na maya cheti maya cha iti. Those who observe this Prajapati Vrata, who are not crooked, in whom falsehood is not there, they certainly go to Brahmaloka, the world of Brahman. So the summary of this first chapter, point wise, it is the Srushti Krama is explained in this fifth chapter in 5 levels. Mithuna Srushti is Rayi, Prana, Murta and Amurta Prapancha. Then Loka Srushti is Chandra and Aditya, the sun and moon. Chandra is Rayi, Aditya is Prana. Kala Srushti is Samvatsara, Dakshinayana, Uttarayana, Masa, Paksha, Dina, Divaratra. Rayi is Chandra, Murta, Dakshinayana and Ratri. Prana is Surya, Amurta, Uttarayana and Diva, daytime. Fourth point is Anna Srushti, Retas, Shonita and Sukra. Then fifth, Manushya Srushti, Praja Srushti, Stri and Purusha and their Samyoga. Then forgetting Apekshika Amrutatva, that is a relative immortality. One must lead truthful life without crookedness of the mind. The mind must always be pure and transparent, and we must lead the chaste life, and morally well-built life should be practiced by everybody. So thus they can reach Hiranyagarbha Loka and get Kramamukti. So for today we'll stop here, and if any questions are there we can do. Then actually I thought of completing these 2 questions, 2 chapters, but it takes a long time. If you understand thoroughly, that would be better. if I just skip and say fast, what is the use of speaking? So I explained a little elaborately. Om Bhadram Karneभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः शङ्कैः स्तुष्टुवागुंस्तनूभिः व्यसेम देवायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्ति स्वस्ति
Hari Om. Namaskaraha. Dhanyawada Mahoday. So anybody raising questions?
Yeah, can I ask one question, sir?
Yeah, please raise your hands. Please raise your hands. Whoever wants to raise
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah. So, madam, this Stavarajanga Atmakam, it is basically Parabrahma.
No,
Isn't
listen.
it, madam?
Correct. Continue.
Similarly, Swarga Loga, Martya Loga, and Patala Loga. This is also Parabrahma, isn't it, madam?
Yes.
And when we do this Antaha Karana Shuddhi, automatically we get Jnana Devatu Kaivalyam.
Jnana Devatu Kaivalya. Not just by Antahkarana Shuddhi, we cannot get Jnana.
Karma Shuddhi.
Jnana Nivichasana is essential.
And
Antahkarana,
Karma Shuddhi.
that is one of the qualifications.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, madam.
Next question. Hari Om. Hari Om. Anybody else has got questions? So today we have got another angle of Srishti line. Instead of as told in Puranas, etc. The Puranas say that from Avyaktam, Mahatvam has come from Mahatvam. Like that, they give a series of way of telling in Puranas. But this Upanishads gives in a different angle by saying that directly to the practical way of this male and female organ type. Male is a sun and female is a moon. That's how they are giving an impression, it seems. Rai is Prakriti and this second one is Prana. That is the Purusha. So this how this is being given in this Prashna Upanishad is another angle of understanding this Srishti. So let us go and go into deep into this. How many classes, how many sessions you are going to do it, Mahoday?
I have to say, I have no idea. We must see. I will try to complete second and third chapters in second lecture. I will see.
Okay. Please join us next Sunday again at 8:30 p.m. IST. As usual, don't miss the things and please advise more and more people to join the sessions so that we will have more encouragement in these issues. Okay, we can give more and more. The encouragement you give will give you the more and more information to get. That's how it will be better. So please read also. Nowadays the material is available everywhere on Google, etc. Read the material and then come to the class so that you will understand better and you can raise the questions also if you have got any doubts on that issues. So
Guru
please
Garu,
read
you were just mentioning about the second creation of the sun and moon as the Purusha and the Stri. Now,
Yeah.
if you take the sannyasis or if you take both the sannyasin and sannyasis, so in our own organism, we have the Ida Nadi and the Pingala Nadi. Pingala is masculine and Ida is feminine. That is how we are Srishti reciting in ourselves. So for life also, we need both. For existence, we need both. We need Purusha and Stri for the existence of human life. Not only for Srishti, for also for existence.
That is our Ardhanarishwar Tattvam, and as well as the genes is the gene theory also.
Yes.
Gene theory also same thing. Every person has got both the genes. Male
Yes,
organ, male gene and female gene.
Yes.
So the same
Androgens
thing
and
we are
estrogens.
Yeah,
Androgens and estrogens. Yes.
Yeah, the
Yes.
same thing you are saying now. This
Yes.
Purusha Shakti and Sri Shakti both will be combining a person. And
Yes.
which is dominates, that is the major Shariram it comes. If the Sri Shakti is coming dominating, it is Sri Shariram will come. In male Shakti is dominating, male Shariram will come. That's
Not
how
only
it
for
will-
creation, for sustaining also, we need both the Shaktis. For creation and for sustaining also.
Probably.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you.
So, namaste. So let us close here. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhadaktu Saha Viryankara Vavahai Tejasvina Avati Tamastuma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Satcham Vada Dharmanchara Sarve Janaha Sukino Bhavantu Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Param Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. See, everybody thinks that Upanishads or Vedanta means nothing about the science and Vijnanam. But if you see the way the Vijnanam is being explained, it is being explained through Vijnanam only.
Yes.
That's what we should understand. Without Vijnanam, Jnanam is not there. Jnanam, through Jnanam, Vijnanam, we have to go to Jnanam.
Yes.
So that's what the same thing. Through
Only after attending this course, I know Veda means knowledge. Otherwise, I
Yeah.
did not know that Veda is knowledge.
Yeah.
Veda is science. Veda is
Yeah.
science.
Through Karma Yoga only, Jnana Yoga will be attained. So that is the process. One should understand this and think that both are essential. And for a common man, Karma Yoga is more appropriate, as Bhagavad Gita says. Jnani is only exceptional people can do that. And whose karma is paripakvam, whose karma is attained a certain level of paripakva, then only they can come to Jnana. But that to come to that paripakva stage of karma, one has to do sadharma and nishkama karma and come to that level of karma yogatva completion. Then you can attain the automatically jnanam in this janma itself.
Correct.
So that's how it is to be understood. So let us go more and more deep into this. And it's a big ocean. And whatever you learn, something will be left out always. Knowledge is never ending. Dhanyavadaha, namaskaraha. Let us
Jai
close here.
Gurudev. Jai
We'll meet
Gurudev.
again.
Jai
We'll
Gurudev.
meet again next Saturday. Please, Saturdays will be there. Next Saturday will be there. The Natya Shastra, the second chapter of Natya Shastra. Yesterday we learned about Abhinaya by Srimati Sumitra Veluri Garu, Dr. Srimati Veluri Garu. Now, next chapter will be given now next Saturday. And there will be 3 chapters on Natya Shastra. Then we will be thinking of some other topic like Ramayana or some other things what we should think, either darshanas or yoga. We'll think Saturdays what is to be done. First, now next 3 classes, next Saturday will be the Natya Shastra. And then this Upanishads will continue till as long as Visalashmi Mahodaya takes up on Sundays. Hari Om, Dhanyavadaha. Let us join and increase this knowledge and let us increase the participation strength. Dhanyavadaha. Namaskara.
నమస్కారం.
ధన్యవాదాలమ్మా. ధన్యవాదాలు.
ధన్యవాదాలు.
Shall we close? Yeah, I'm closing here.
Yes.
Dhanyavadaha.